Hey everyone, this is a really bright and vibrant face of the day tutorial that I'm going to do for you today. I have been neglecting my brights for a while and I just wanted to do something that was a little bit different. I hope you enjoy. So I don't totally know what I'm going to do today. I just know that I've been neglecting bright colors a lot recently, really bright dramatic looks. I kind of want to get back into that a little bit. So I'm kind of going to be making it up as I go along. I know that I'd like to use some purple and maybe some green. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of play with it. So to start out, I'm going to use some Moisture Cover Concealer on my eyelids. So I think I've already decided against using any green. I think I'm going to start with a yellow in the inner lid and fade it to a bright orange and then have purple in the crease. This color is called Bright Sunshine. I think it's a pro color. Pretty sure because it has like the pro label on the back. So I'm just going to take a 242 brush and pat that on the inner third of my eyelid. And then I'm going to use a lighter colored orange and put that in the middle of my lid. And then I'm going to take a color called Orange. That's just the name, is Orange. I don't know if MAC still makes it. I know it used to be a permanent color. And what I'd like to do is take that orange and kind of make it into a cat eye shape. So I'm going to use a stiff brush. This is a 266. And I'm going to take that orange color and just draw it out how I want it. Now I've kind of just dusted off my 266 a little bit, and I'm going to be using Madly Magenta cream color base as a base for underneath my purple. And if you're noticing this blue thing on my hand, I have scrubbed and scrubbed. This is a NARS eyeliner Stilo in Blue Bayou. I was testing it out at Sephora like 3 days ago, and I have tried waterproof eye makeup remover. I mean, scrubbing it in the shower, it's kind of smeared a little bit, but it's like there. It's there. It's probably going to be there for like a week. So I'm definitely going to be getting that the next time I shop all my NARS stuff. Really pretty color too. Anyway, so I'm going to take my magenta cream color base and outline the top portion of this orange. This color is like really hot pink, but because it's so bright and vibrant, it makes a wonderful base for a purple eyeshadow. So I'm just adding a little bit more, and now what I'm going to do is take, this is a 195 brush, and I'm going to take just a little bit more of that magenta cream color base and apply it and just kind of diffuse it out a little bit. Like that, so that it fades from vibrant to non-existent. That way when you apply your eyeshadow over top, it's less blending that you have to do. Now I'm going to take a very matte black eyeshadow. This one is called Carbon, and I'm going to line right over top of where I put that orange, just to give it a more defined line and crease. And now I'm going to repeat the same step with a very vibrant matte bluish purple color called Violet Trance, and I'm just going to go just above where I put the black. Now I'm going to apply Parfait Amour, which is just a little bit lighter and more frosty than Violet Trance. I'm using a pencil brush and I'm just going just above the Violet Trance and kind of blending it in with the Violet Trance as we go along. And now I'm going to take a 217 and I'm using a color called Shockaholic. And then for my highlight, I don't normally do this. I don't normally use like a lighter shade of a color. I normally do a beige. But since this is a bright look, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm using a color called Digit, which is a very light purple. And I'm just going to put that right underneath the eyebrow. I'm going to come back to the eyes in a little bit. I want to finish my skin. So far I have a little bit of strobe cream and Fix Plus on my skin. And now what I'm going to put on is Studio Finish Concealer mixed with some Care Blends oil. And what that does is it actually makes a very sheer coverage foundation. But the finish is very natural looking. So all I do is put some of that concealer on my hand with a little bit of the oil, and then I take like the back of a brush and just press it in and mix it, and it just shears it down. And then I take either a 187 or a 188. Today I'm going to use a 188, and you just get a little bit on there, and then you can start lightly putting it all over. And it's really not going to give you a lot of coverage. It's mostly going to even out your skin tone. If you've ever used MAC's Face and Body Foundation, the coverage is very similar to that. But for me, I like to just do a thin veil of foundation and then my powder, and then if there's anything left that needs to be concealed, I can go back through and conceal it. But this way your coverage, you know, it looks natural. It doesn't look like you've got a ton of foundation on. Just setting with a little bit of Mineralized Skin Finish Natural Powder. Using a 129 brush for that. And now I'm going to go back through with my concealer and just hit some spots that might need a little more help. So now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to do them a little bit different than how I normally do. They're going to be very, very defined. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Fix Plus and mix it with charcoal brown eyeshadow. You want a nice muddy texture. You don't want it to be really runny. And then I'm going to fill them in very defined. I'm going to start about a 1/4 inch of the way in, leaving this part bare, and I'll hit that towards the end when I've got less product on my brush, because this area is naturally thinner than the rest of it. Thinner as in less hair, and you can see more of the skin, so you want the end, the whole like end part of the arch, to be darker than the very inner section. And now that I've filled in the rest of the brow, I'm just going to do what's left with what's left on my brush, and I just lightly do very tiny light strokes. Okay, the last step I'm going to do with my eyebrows, I realize is not going to be most people's cup of tea. I'm going to take my lightest colored concealer. For me, I'm using my lightest color because I'm already pretty fair, but you just basically want to take a concealer that's about 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, and I'm using a very thin, can't see it, but this is a 231 brush, it's very thin, and I'm just going to outline the top, and at first it's going to look like a stark white line, but then I'm going to blend it, and what that does is highlights the brow, and it's not something that you would do on a regular basis. Some people do, but sometimes it's just fun to do, and it just really puts an emphasis on your eyebrows, which sometimes I like. It's not meant to clean up the area, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just strictly using it to highlight. So I put my color on, and now I'm just going to take a 217 and blend out any of the lines that I see. Okay, so I've done some blush and contouring and some lips. Since that's not really the focus of this tutorial, I didn't film it. So now I'm going to go through with a 231 brush and some Black Track Fluid Line, and I'm going to do some dramatic liner. So this is how I've done my liner. I've just done a winged liner up top that follows the orange shape, and then on the bottom I've got just some black in my waterline. So this is my final look. I am pretty happy with how it came out. At the beginning I wasn't sure that it was going to look okay. It was looking a little drag queeny. It still kind of does, but it's not as bad. I know it's not very practical for everyday use, but it might be something fun to try for a party or for trying it out on your own time or for your blog or something. So everyone have a great day. Thanks a lot for watching.